Your environment says everything about who you are and what's important to you. Hi, I'm Reverend Allie Bierman, and I'm glad you joined me here today for the Let's Get Metaphysical show. And what I'm doing is sharing with you, this is my environment, this is me. There's artwork everywhere. Yeah, 90% of the artwork is mine, but that's because that's one of my outlets is creating. And I'll take you into my office where you can see the other things that define me. Why? Because look in your own environment. Everything in your environment, and that includes whether it's tidy, whether everything's organized, or whether you have to go searching when you want something. Your environment reflects who you are, how you function, what goes on inside you, maybe even out of your awareness. This is the part of my office that allows me to think and focus on what I want. This is, I used to love to shoot archery. And for me, well, it's like when you play tennis, you have a follow through. You don't stop just because your ball hits the racket, or rather because your racket hits the ball, you swing through. Well, when you're shooting archery, you're going to hold a position. So there's more force in there. It's not just going to hit the target. It's going to break off a part of it as it goes through. So what else matters? Over here you see, I'm a specialized kinesiologist, so I knew about the body, about the cycles, about the meridians, about how the energy flows. That's what the chart is up top. And over here, well, of course, that's my acupuncture model. So I have, this whole side tells you in Chinese the names, which is helpful because so often the information says, look at the name, and it's always in Chinese. This gives you the points in English. I have lots of books on meridians and acupuncture points, and sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly where they are. That's why I have a model. Books. I've always loved books. When I moved across the country, I got rid of about 600 books. So I'm down to maybe 100 now. I love to read, and I love especially art books. I have shelves of art books to see all the art. I don't need to go to Europe to the museums because when I study, and I study in a painting, that allows me to go deeper into it. Sure, it's nice to see the actual work. However, I have lots of art books and the history, and I know so much because I've been studying it since I was a kid. And here in the middle, anamorphoses. I'm not real good at jigsaw puzzles. That's what this is. But what it is, anamorphoses, I have a whole book like this. You don't know what it is until you know how to look at it. So once you get this puzzle together, there's a cylinder that has a mirror on it. You stick it in the middle, and then you can see, oh, that's what it's really a picture of. Those are things that define me, that surround me, that make me be me, functioning the way I like to function. How about you? What is in your environment that lets you be you, that lets you feel comfortable? At this time, I don't have a keyboard, which is a big darn it. But electric guitar, djembe, classical guitar. When I sit down, I want to play music. It takes me to other places. I like to write songs because that's how I learn. If I have a grocery list, I'll make it into a song. That's just something I've always done. What do you do? How do you remember things? How do you make your environment the place that you are comfortable in, the place that supports you in whatever mood you want to be in whatever activity you want to do, that lets you be comfortable just doing nothing, or doing something wild and crazy. What's important to you? Be sure that your environment reflects it. If you're in a certain mood, you don't want to have to set up a chair to have a certain comfort level. You don't want to have to clear your desk to get to it when you want to write a letter. You want to have your space organized for living in, not for being picture perfect, but for living in. So it allows you to live your life, your way. But what is that for you? Have you ever thought to define what's important to you to see every day, to do every day? Thank you for joining me here today. Again, I am Reverend Allie Bierman. This is the Let's Get Metaphysical show. Remember, join our Facebook group, cast questions, make a friend, tell me what you want to know about. Join our going over to our show site where you can watch or listen to any episode. We got lots of episodes. You can find something of interest to you there. Take advantage of the gift from Audible, a 1-month free trial. You get to choose an audiobook of your choice. And this month I'm recommending From Bach to Bacteria. I love to learn about things that are logical or that make sense or that I never would have thought of on my own before. Have you ever thought about, well, what's important for you to know to do something, and what can you just do without having to know the why, the wherefore, the how? You just do it. There are just all these things that I never thought about before. And I say, well, sure, that makes sense. Look at animals. They just do. They don't have to know the why, the wherefore. Find what works for you in your environment. Find the books that support you. Find the music, find the art, find the physical activity. Go for a walk in your neighborhood. Get some sunshine and enjoy your life. That's capital I-N, capital J-O-Y-N, joy, your life. Nothing in your world's happening outside of you. It's all happening within.